Coming up on today's Code Bet Daily, we are covering a huge midweek Wednesday show. We're talking player props, game picks, and best bets. I'm looking at some NBA and NBL. There are also 2 Rate My Multis. Alex, what are you looking at?
If Stats Guy can beat a pigeon in a fight.
That checks out. Stats Guy, what about you?
I didn't know you could bet on that, but I'm going to look at some Cricket World Cup.
Excellent. I really like the multi you've got at the end of the show.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's very nice. All right, check it out on Code Bet Daily. It happens right now. Welcome to Code Bet Daily. It is Wednesday, October 11, Hump Day. This is episode, it's the 212. The 212, yeah, you know you. That's right. I'm your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of a good website, keep up, called CodeBet. CodeBet.com.au is where you can find all the betting analysis, odds comparison, all the good stuff that we do. I'm joined, as always, by the Pontiffs. That's right, the Pontiffs of punting. Nailed it that time. Got Alex Donnelly over there.
I can't wait for the Richie Benno show in about 10 days' time. That's going to be awesome.
The episode 222.
Yes, it's chew at Code Bet Daily. Hopefully it's a Tuesday.
We have a big Bill Laurie fan next to us as well. Stats Guy.
Absolutely. I love Bill Laurie.
You love pigeons.
Yeah, okay.
Could you beat a pigeon in a fight?
100%.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty gnarly pigeons.
I need you to walk outside and stamp on a pigeon right now.
I did
Tell you what, I've seen some pretty gnarly pigeons.
I'd rather do that than keep getting compared to a horse-sized duck. So,
yeah, actually, I reckon the duck-sized horse would kick your ass.
I did come very close to stepping on a pigeon yesterday as I walk back through the city. I'm like, and that's what is still in my mind. I'm like, I reckon that pigeon would have taken Stats.
I was going to say, just pecks him right in the neck and he's done.
Righto, this is Code Bet Daily. Apparently, Code Pigeon Fight Daily. Why not?
We don't endorse that.
It is all there on the tin, right? Codes, betting, and daily. What are we talking about today? We've got player props, game picks, best bets. We do have a Rate My Multi, I believe.
Yeah, I got one.
I got one as well.
Excellent. What are we looking at today? I'm just talking some NBA and some NBL. Ooh. That's all basketball, Jim. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Stats Guy.
Bit of Cricket World Cup. We've been going pretty well in that. AFLW, Alex is doing a thing in that as well, I think. And NBL as well, week 3.
Excellent. Round 3, I believe it's
Round 3,
pronounced.
Yeah, same thing.
Good catch.
It's not like the EPL match week 3.
Yeah, I'm getting confused between the two.
Mr. Donnelly.
EPL, AFLW.
The correct answer to that is, that's my dad's name. Call me Alex. Right, let's do some player props.
Just
press the button.
I got distracted.
Oh, jeez.
Thinking about Stats Guy fighting
time
a pigeon now.
player props.
Player props, NBA. Look, all my research for this NBA season, we have the leaders, the awards, all this sort of gear. There's a couple of names that very, very quickly jump off when you look at these awards leaders.
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton is one of those, Stats Guy.
It's a good briefcase.
Sure.
I was not expecting that. Yeah.
Could have also gone with, I don't know, great lead character of Fast and Furious, Tyrese, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. Anyway,
but Halliburton.
Halliburton, he was going.
Halliburton, you know, they're also like a arms manufacturer or whatever they do for the US.
I don't know, I haven't bought a gun in a while.
Yeah, not lately. Not
I
since
got a
you
good
were
story about buying guns, actually.
Whoa. I would like to leave.
Just a mate of mine got arrested. He's Canadian. He got arrested in New Orleans.
I'm glad we're just doing this. So
anyway,
let's go.
his punishment was he got like
he had to eat the entire pack of guns.
He got
shoot himself.
He got convicted.
Where is this going?
He got convicted 18 months later after doing his thing, and his punishment was couldn't come back into the United States for 9 months. Well, it was 18 months ago, so he was fine. But most importantly, he couldn't buy a gun in America for 3 years.
Whoa.
That was the Canadian's punishment.
That's weird.
Yeah, right.
That's weird. There you go.
What's he going to do about all those moose, eh?
Yeah, right.
Righto! Assist leader Tyrese Halliburton, $2.50 feels like money for Jam. This Pacers team should be... Look, they were a bit of a surprise team last year. They should have been bad. They were not because Halliburton was really good. So $2.50, he was awesome last season. And I feel like this team with one more year under their belt, one more year with Rick Carlisle in charge,
Yep.
he should be right up there again, right? Like it's very, very, very straightforward for me. And if you want to take a little bit of a flyer, though, there are a couple of other names there that I like. LaMelo Ball, for instance, after a injury-riddled season last year.
If he keeps fit, yeah.
A bit of a rough one. But I struggle with Charlotte just because I think they're going to stink. And LaMelo just might go, right, screw it, I'm scoring 30 a game, I don't care. And just average like 5 assists a game.
Pass it around, yeah.
But in terms of other names, there is Darius Rucker-Judy Garland, a.k.a. Darius Garland. He and that weird Cleveland team, could be right on here. So last year's leaders, he had James Harden at 10.7. He's busy eating his way out of Philly right now. He's like, make it a double with the cheesesteak. Just keep bringing them around.
Triple,
it's like, let's see what Daryl Morey thinks about this. Halliburton came second at 10.4 and Trae Young was 10.2. Atlanta without John Collins, that's a title cocktail. They're a weird team this year.
Yeah, less Elliott assists and things like that.
Just don't like it. Whereas Darius, he was right there. I think he averaged 7.8. You could take a big tick upwards, I think, this year. If Donnie Mitchell goes for a bit more scoring, he just leans into the sort of passing. He's like one of the more pure passers out there. So both LaMelo and Darius Garland are $9 versus Halliburton is $2.50. Obviously steering clear of Harden because he's bad and he's going to get traded.
There's a lot going on there.
Scoring leader, though, is fascinating. And as soon as I sort of like cast my eyes over this yesterday and went back into it this morning, SGA was one that leaps out to me. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a.k.a. the Shai Redder, $4.50. He was fourth last year at 31.4 points a game. That's a lot of points.
That is.
It's a lot of points. Thing is, they do have Chet Holmgren. They've got third-year Josh Giddey. So
they're both up there scoring, you'd think. Yeah.
You'd think the points might be passed out a little bit more in terms of the scoring on OKC. But it's SGA. It might not matter. He might average 35 and who cares? Like, they could be one of the best teams in the NBA all season. And the sort of leaders from last year, Embiid at 33.1, Luka at 32.4, Dame at 32.2. Dame's gone because he's going to Milwaukee. That'll be spread out way more. SGA was right there, 31.4. It is crazy to think that Milwaukee now has Dame and Giannis, who both averaged over 30 last year.
True.
That's weird. Anyway, SGA, $4.50. I love this. He could easily average 32, 33. And I feel like Luka might be impacted a little bit by more integration of Kyrie. I think you might have Embiid dealing with Tyrese Maxey, a.k.a. the other Tyrese. And I feel like this is SGA's award. Like going into the season, I feel like it's right there. Anthony Edwards is another half-decent look. $34, that's guy. 34.
Or, I don't know if I trust him.
Who else is going to score?
I don't trust
Who
the
else
Wolves.
is going to score in Minnesota?
True.
Tell me that.
I don't know if he can get over 30, but if he's that good, but we'll see. Yeah.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Jordan Poole at $34 as well. Like no one else on that Wizards team can score as well. But
fair enough.
Embiid, if he and Maxey sort of split the load again, he could be over 30 pretty easily. He's at $4.
I like Embiid, yeah.
But SGA at $4.50, like he is absolutely unreal. So I'm loving it, SGA. Luka the favorite. I feel like this might be the one year where he goes, all right, Kyrie, we need to keep you around, keep you happy. You score 30 as well. I'll score 30, and away we go.
And everyone else scored now.
So we'll see how we go.
Yep.
Alex.
Having a look at some EPL player markets. So the most assists for this season, got three players I want to look at here. James Maddison first for Tottenham. He's $6, one of the favourites. He's got 5 assists.
But I thought Tottenham were bad.
Well, yeah, they can still score goals and lose.
But they're bad.
Yeah, they are.
You keep yelling about how they're bad.
Well, they are. That's
Tottenham
the thing.
suck, he says.
Also, Stats Guy got it wrong yesterday saying Liverpool drew with Tottenham. They actually beat Tottenham.
That helps my argument of they're good though.
Yeah, against the 9-man Liverpool. Anyway, James Maddison has been helping Tottenham score a lot of goals so far this season. He's got 5 of the assists. He is the main conduit for them to score. He's just enjoying the freedom playing in that number 10 role since leaving, pathetic ass Leicester City. And I think that's why I went to Tottenham, because if instead of going to like an Arsenal or a City, which were in for him, there wasn't really a role such as the one that Andrew's got him playing currently. Yeah. There's a lot more freedom to sort of basically roam around the pitch and be creative. And let's be honest, James Maddison is awesome. So he's having a bunch of fun helping Tottenham score goals. Another one that we mentioned a bit on the show here is James Ward-Prowse at $15. He takes
a lot of Jameses. I'm on board.
Yeah. Takes the corners and the free kicks for West Ham. And with the style they play, yeah, they're going to leak a lot of goals, but they're going to score a lot of goals too. And hopefully through the set pieces, now that he's been there for a couple of months, then especially in this international break, somehow he didn't get picked for England, they can figure out some plans. Basically a lot of teams do take time to work on these with new players coming in. West Ham late in the transfer window did bring in 3 players. They've got a bit of height up forward as well. So hopefully with Ward-Prowse taking these free kicks and corners, that can lead him to getting many more assists. We only need him to get 10 this year at about we take $4?
Something like that.
He's got 3 already, so happy days. And Bukayo Saka at $17, provided Mikel Arteta doesn't run him into the ground and kill him.
Had to put an Arsenal guy there.
Well, no, he's $17 and he's got 3 already so far this season. He plays out on that left wing. He's awesome. He had 10 to 12 last year. And if he stays in that sort of form that he started in this year, everyone's like, oh, he started off really slowly. And I was one of them. His stats are actually better at this stage of this season when they were this time last year.
Really?
As far as goals and assists were. Every game he's played in so far this season, it's either a goal or assist. So he's averaging 1 goal contribution a game. I just think any one of those 3, all decent prices.
Not bad.
Good. Yeah, I don't mind more.
Did you see how serious he got about as soon as you brought up Arsenal? He's like, whoa, what are you talking about? No, it's just good. He's really good as well. Shush.
I love Saka.
Right,
No,
right. Stats guy.
The problem is Mikel Arteta is insistent on killing him.
Yeah, what was it? 87 straight games. Last game.
87 straight,
injured, right?
No, 87 straight EPL games, like including Champions.
That's a lot.
Not including Champions League, Carabao Cup, everything else.
Finally had it.
And every Arsenal fan's like, just rest him. just rest him from the Carabao Cup in this Champions League game. You'll kill him. And then 20 minutes into the Champions League, boom, hamstring.
Yep.
Not
good.
No, it's not.
Apparently he's going to be back for Chelsea.
Oh, great.
All right, save it for the EPL show.
Yes.
Stats guy.
Some Cricket World Cup, been pretty bang on, gone for the hat-trick of 50-plus runs. So the other night we had Ravindra scoring 50-plus. Oh, this goes back. Yes.
That's good.
That is amazing.
I forgot actually my name was in that.
Yeah, that's why I hit it.
So there you go. Ravindra 50-plus at $2.50 we got. Then last night, Mohammed Rizwan easily cleared the 50-plus at $3.40. He had 131.
Trumpeting stats guy.
Yeah, why not? And then Pakistan.
It's not self-trumpeting if you get
a betting
everything
show.
right.
Yeah. And then,
Yes, it literally is though.
No, but it's like just pointing out, like, yesterday I was correct. And the day before I was correct.
Yeah, yesterday
If he was actually really so, he'd be just cutting laps. Just like
I'm
shirt
tempted.
off.
I need a mic.
I'm the greatest better in the world. Like that's where it should be.
I need a hand mic for the next
That's why
show.
he's got 200 grand.
I wish. It's gonna actually. I might just put it all on Kohli to score 50-plus here at $2. I think he's going to absolutely tear apart Afghanistan. India obviously smashed the Aussies.
You can slow it down and see where his heart breaks.
He's probably going to get out for one now. I said that. He was awesome. He's probably one of the best ODI players of all time. Averages 58 in the format, which is unbelievable. He came in at 3 for 2 last game against the Aussies and still ended up making 85. He did get dropped on 12, but don't worry about that. I think he's still in really good form. He averages,
Wait. Don't worry about that. Is 12 more than 50 or not?
He got the 50. And I don't think he's going to get out early against Afghanistan, who are a much worse team. He averages 68 runs against them. I think he's going to be fired up. So $2, I think, is really good value for the 50-plus there. And then having a look at their bowlers, Jasprit Bumrah, I think he's an absolute star as well. $3 for 3-plus wickets. He averages 2+ across the last year in ODIs. And I just think he's too good at the start, top of the order, who against an Afghani side. Against an Afghani side who are out of form. So get on Bumrah and Kohli here.
Can we multi those up?
We could probably multi them up. I didn't do that, but that would be
Good job, stats guy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, match and or game pick.
What's your best match or game pick?
Well, I'm just going to do some NBL picks because it's in tomorrow's paper. Hashtag spoiler alert. Tassie, $1.25 against Illawarra. What is it? The Jackies are 2-1.
Yep.
Illawarra are 1-1 heading into round 3. The Hawks beat the Phoenix, but we all know that the Phoenix, I'm using a very royal word.
Yeah,
we all
Alex.
know. Alex even knows this. The Phoenix stink on the road. So it's a weird one. We talked about this quickly yesterday, talking about the bigger lines, but Illawarra will be without Mason Peatling.
Yeah, we just found
It's
that
just
out.
a bit of a weird one, I feel like. You go down to Tassie. I think Tassie have beaten them. Tassie have only been around for 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
I think they've won 5 of the 6 matchups they've ever played.
Wow.
So give me Tassie. I think we're feeling okay with that line at 8.5. And the under 172.5. I think I said over yesterday. I feel like when Illawarra lose, though, if we're swinging really hardcore against Illawarra, you think that this is still going to go under, and they sort of struggle to get past that 70-point mark.
Yep.
So the under hits there and the cover. Friday, Brisbane, Sydney. Stats guy, are you going to jump in on this as well?
Yeah,
I think you
why
are.
not?
There
Yeah.
we go. Brisbane, Sydney. Brisbane, $2.10. We don't know what's happening with Bangers Baines.
Yeah, he could be a big out if he is named out. They're still investigating.
I don't know. Is it fun to punch on with the opposition's coach? I feel like it's pretty
yeah,
fun.
It's fun.
I wish there was
great.
footage of that somewhere. I
There's
really
no
want to
footage,
see that. I know.
unfortunately. But I mean, it is also the height of just stupidity to have your competing teams to walk out through the same race back to their locker rooms
Yeah.
after a heated exchange.
Sure, it's not hard just to not.
I was about to say,
just fight.
we saw Kyle Walker try and fight a free kick coach on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm also just
And they walk through the same race as well.
through the same
actually.
race. Is just
Soccer
dumb.
does that, yeah.
Anyway, Brisbane $2.10, Sydney $1.70. Sydney 1.5 point favourites. I think it's actually up to 3.5 elsewhere though, isn't it? So
Yeah.
the over as well. I'm going to go
265.
Sydney minus 1.5. I think Brisbane, they looked pretty bad last Friday.
Yes.
I think it was.
2 before that, they were really good. But
2 before that, they're crushing it. Sobeys crushing it, but I just think Sydney have got a little bit too much firepower. Speaking of firepower, over 175.5 points. I think that happened
don't mind it, yeah.
right there. Jalen Adams versus Sobey. Plenty of
Sobey's
points.
been awesome. Most points in the league. at the
Stats go. What do you think about that one?
I really like the Sydney -1.5. I had a look. I had to add it up a couple of times. Sydney beat Brisbane by 49 points last time they met.
Seems like a lot.
That is so much for a basketball game. I don't even know how that's possible. I just think.
Well, so you see, they scored a lot more points than the other team.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I think they're just too athletic. The Bullets are a really big side. I feel like Sydney just have too many options. I'm really surprised that the line's only 1.5 because I think Sydney's a much better side.
Nice one. Perth and Melbourne. Perth is $1.60 at RAC Arena Friday night. Melbourne $2.35. I've gone
It's
United.
a tricky one, yeah.
United plus 2.5 just because I think all these games are tight. I think Perth have been a little bit up and down. We saw them at the Blitz stats guy.
We did.
Perth looked really good then. United looked better. United
They just got a better overall team. I think.
United also had a pretty bad fall from in front loss to Tassie on Sunday, but
Yeah.
they're playing pretty well. And Daly was bad in that game. I think he bounces back. King Daly goes
Dally.
absolutely back.
I wrote him, yeah.
Over 175.5 again here. It feels like Perth, Melbourne, plenty of weapons. I think we're going over.
Yeah, I don't mind the over. I like Melbourne plus 2.5 as well. Just think they're a better two-way team. You got Daly, Huck Porter, who can affect the play at both ends. Where you got a few of the Perth guys that are more one-way runners, like Bryce Cotton. He can get a few steals, but he is a bit worse defensively. So I'm going to go Melbourne plus 2.5.
Good one. To take a quick lap of honour as well for me, nailed my Monday Night Football pick yesterday, Raiders and
God,
under.
that game sucked.
That
That
was
game
a
did
horrible
suck,
game.
but you got the pick right.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's all good.
You've got one more game pick there, Stats Guy.
Yeah, I think Alex is going to talk a bit about AFLW, but my best bet of the weekend is St Kilda minus 14.5 against GWS. I know that seems like a pretty big line, but the Saints have been really
Wait
good.
till I talk about one of the lines in my bet.
Yeah, actually, true. I forgot about it. There's a lot bigger lines, actually. But yeah, I really like this line. Saints are in great winning form. They've won their last 3 games, and they haven't allowed their opponents to score more than 36 points in all of those games.
Jeez.
And that's like through Hannah Priest.
Is Ross Lyon coaching them as well?
Yeah, pretty much.
what
Nick
is
Del
going on?
Santo is so yes.
Yes, maybe it is the same sort of tactics as Ross the Boss.
Interesting.
Yeah, Giants are struggling to score big. I think if they're struggling to score against some other teams, you come up against one of the best defenses in St Kilda, I feel like Saints could blow them out of the water here. Even if they score 50 themselves, I don't see GWS scoring
This
more than
screams
30,
like
40.
35-10.
Nah, Saints can put on a decent score themselves. So I'm going to go them at minus 14.5. Yeah.
Good one.
$1.90.
Alex.
Side note, I just saw the worst trade offer ever. Wow, North Melbourne have offered pick 15, 18, 21 and the end of next year's first round pick for pick 1 for West Coast.
Oh,
That sucks.
I don't want pick one. I want.
Sure.
West Coast are just like, what?
Interesting.
Is this another one that Adam Cooney's just floated?
No,
out
this
there?
literally
'Cause it
comes
sounds
from,
like an Adam
this
Cooney.
comes from Cal Toomey. North Melbourne put 4 picks on the table for West Coast pick 1, 15, 18, 21 and an end of first rounder next year.
Because I think what we could do is like you could just start reading and we could bang your head against the wall and you'd probably come up with something more coherent than Adam Cooney.
Whoa.
So-
Like
Bang.
trying to send Brandon Zech to the Western Bulldogs even though he wants to go to Adelaide, or Port Adelaide.
All right, Alex, take it away.
AFLW. So Stats Guy just mentioned St Kilda and GWS. In this, I've just picked St Kilda head-to-head against GWS. Again, that line feels a little funky and it's St Kilda, just no trust whatsoever in any St Kilda team in any league. The Swans minus 8.5 against Hawthorn. Swans won on the road in Adelaide last week, knocking off Port Adelaide. Really good win there. The Swans, they're going okay, and Hawthorn, they're very flaky with their form. It's very in and out. Geelong minus 10.5 versus Freo. Freo just aren't going well at the moment. Collingwood head-to-head versus Carlton. Boo! Sorry, they are playing a little bit better than Carlton at the moment, though. And the Melbourne Demons minus 57.5 against West Coast.
10-goal lead. That's pretty good.
West Coast are so bad. Like,
They got their first win the other week, but not against anyone near the
and
Demons.
the D's will come out breathing absolute fire. They got knocked off last week by Adelaide at home, and that was down
First
at
loss
Casey
in a
Fields.
long time, actually.
First loss in a while, and they'll just be like, nah, we're just going to come out and score a lot of points, and poor West Coast are going to get flogged if we want to.
Rate my multi.
$14.65.
Ooh. I just did a multi in the paper and went against 2 of those. So I'm going to...
Zero.
Actually, I don't
There
mind
you go.
Collingwood head-to-head, but I like Carlton at the line. I think it's 3.5.
That's what I think.
Waiting
of
for
you.
that. I don't mind Carlton at the line, but then the Swans-Hawks is the one I know the Swans have had a better season, but both these teams could score like 40 points.
But I'm also going with the Swans at home and Ali Morfitt having 35
Morfitt's a gun,
touches
yeah.
again.
I
She's so good.
I think the Swans will win, but I think Hawks will cover. So I'll give it a 6 just because I'm worried about that one.
Yeah,
Swans
the
defense
8.5 is a
underratedly
bit of
good.
a weird one. D's minus 57.5 is a
Any
weird
input?
He
There
doesn't
you go.
win. Sydney
There
will
we
win.
go.
So, all right. I'm gonna back Leo. I'm not gonna back Alex.
I think Sydney will win. I just don't think they'll cover the line.
All right.
We'll see.
Good one. Let's do some best bets.
It's best bets. It's best bets. It's time for all the
I
best.
feel like I should have a
Just
top hat every
Yeah,
time.
I was
it's
about to say.
Okay.
Kane top
Okay.
hat, away we go.
Do you reckon Josh has figured out how crazy we are, like within the first episode?
What are you talking about? Crazy. We're just
Eccentric.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. We're just dudes being guys.
Yeah, dudes rock.
Right, best bets. NBA season. One of my favorite things. Over-unders of the win totals, you little ripper.
Nice.
There is nothing more I think I like pre-season of an NBA upcoming season than going, this team's going to be bad. This team's going to be good. And then being very wrong about like 50% of them. 3 that I really like, however, Portland under 28.5 wins.
Ooh.
You might go, geez, they're not that bad, Jim. They traded Dame Lillard, I get it, but they've still got a bit. Nah. Do you know how tough the West is going to be this year?
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's going to be
Crazy.
an absolute murderer's row, and they are at least the second worst team in that entire conference. So
give you that.
28.5, it just gets really, really hard to get that around that 30 win mark in a conference that has essentially like non-stop brutality. Every time you're playing an in-conference game, it's against somebody who could be should be a
Playoffs,
playoff
yeah.
contender,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Because literally it goes, the West bats all the way down to essentially 12. Because you've got Minnesota, Golden State, Memphis, Utah, Phoenix, OKC, the Lakers, the Pelicans, the Nuggets, the Blazers, the Clippers, and the Kings.
Clippers and Kings.
Houston just spent like $250 million to get better. The Spurs just got Victor Wembanyama. And the Blazers are just young.
They're very young.
They're good.
Yeah. They've got a decent team.
Young
but
players.
It'll take a bit of time.
But they're
yeah.
just really young. So Scoot, I love him. I'm here for it. But he's a rookie. Anthony Simons. Next time you see him be a winning player, that'll be the first time. Shaden Sharp, love him as
He'll
the
be good,
most
yeah.
improved player.
Yep.
But again, they're just really sort of thin when it comes to, they've got a bunch of shooting guards.
Yeah.
They've got Jeremiah Grant, and DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton, what does he do, stats guy?
Complaints.
Not much. That's it.
He complains.
So they'll be fun, but I don't think they'll be very good. So
I think
the under
Jeremy
28
Grant
and a
would
half,
have to have a big season.
he'll be traded halfway
Yeah,
through.
or he could even
He's
be traded.
100% trade bait. Send him to a contender, off we go. But yeah, the West I think has got, I'd probably rank Houston above them just because they've got Fred
Really?
VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. They've sort of just solidified like that talent base, I think, of theirs a little bit more than Portland. The Spurs, they have Wemby. Like that dude is just unreal. They might be worse than Portland, but I still think like they're going to top out around 25, 26 wins. So I'm going Portland under 28.5. The Wizards, that's the worst team in the NBA.
Yeah,
so
they're
under
shocking.
24.5. They
Led by-
did just absolutely beat the bejesus out of
Cairns Taipans
by
in the preseason
60.
63 at least.
Yeah, but
points.
that's like comparing caviar to dog's balls.
Well, it's
I
like,
haven't had one of those, but
to be honest, it's like, I don't know, taking on the Keel or under 14.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I
it's
mean.
all good. So
Yeah.
still, the Wizards are horrible. It's Jordan Poole, it's Kuzma, nothing
yeah, you haven't
else.
got your superstar in that team.
They're horrible.
To be any good.
Under 24.5, bang it in. OKC. I just talked about the West being a murderer's row. I feel like OKC bat deep enough that they will be okay. They add Chet.
Yeah, agreed. They're going to be awesome.
SJ's unreal. Giddy's really good. They've got the two Williamses, the William I.
Yeah.
William I.
William I. We're on Descartes and William I.
The Dakai, the William I. There you go.
We love
But
the
the weirdest thing is they're both named Jalen Williams.
Yeah, that's what
Jalen
confuses
Williams,
me. Yeah.
Unos.
They have
Jalen
similar
Williams,
stats as well.
Those.
Confusing me.
Over 43.5. Folks are like sort of talking down their chances of topping that. I really like it. I think they scooch to 45 wins, no hassles.
Scooch.
So we're going over 43.5. There are 3 of my best over-unders for the NBA season. Under
Nice.
28.5 for Portland, under 24.5 for the Wizards, and over 43.5 for OKC. All right, Alex.
The Adelaide Crows to win the AFLW flag at $3.40.
He's pulling the trigger.
They are in the box seat to host the home, not only the first home final, but the grand final because they give hosting rights in the AFLW. You know, good for them. I assume in the future they'll actually have like a centralized location
I like
for
it.
the grand final.
Why would you do that?
Play at home games.
Just
Like the
'cause-
AFL, yeah.
Why would you do it?
I don't know, just for the next 1,000 years, go, oh, you had a home advantage, it's unfair.
No, I just want to hear you explain as to why
I like it
there
so
should
that
be
the
a
home
centralized
fans-
idea for the grand final.
Oh. He's just
Because-
saying he thinks it will.
Yeah, I think it will happen.
And I argue why should it?
because you can at least guarantee it's going to be
Wrong.
locked into a certain ground every
Wrong.
year. Well, no, last year they had it
Let
at
the home team have the home grand final.
at a
I don't even care.
6,000 seat stadium last
Yeah,
year,
that was
whereas
dumb.
the year before it was at the Adelaide Oval. Like, screw it, just play at the Adelaide Oval every year. Who cares?
That'd be
That's
cool,
awesome.
yeah.
But if it's Adelaide's advantage, so be it. Anyway, they beat Melbourne last week and they're 6 for 6 this year with a percentage of 226. They are surprisingly awesome. I thought they were
Jeez.
going to dip this year, but the
Nah,
way
they're
they beat
always good,
Melbourne,
yeah.
now that they're on top of the ladder and undefeated, only a couple of rounds left in the AFLW. If they stay on top of the ladder, they'll win the flag.
I'm still on North, but we did lose to Brisbane.
I'm
so-
still getting over you losing to Brisbane. How did you get beat?
But since then, we've bounced back. And we got the best percentage in the comp. So we'll be right
yeah,
up
but
there.
you're a couple of games off them though. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
It'll be really close between, I think it's, Melbourne, Adelaide, North.
Anyone but Brisbane, a stats guy, and I've said all year.
Yeah, they're
Anyone
dropping.
but
What are
Brisbane.
they now? They're
Well, I
lost
don't
on the
know, but
weekend.
we literally had a piece go up this week about how Queensland just keeps losing.
Yeah, so
grand
yeah,
finals.
but then-
But then
make the
someone,
granny, yeah.
as
So they
someone,
could make it to Adelaide and then lose to
but
Adelaide,
as
and we'd have to
someone's-
update that
As
piece.
someone said on the on Facebook or Instagram, that the Gold Coast Suns won the VFL flag. So,
Oh,
yeah, but that doesn't.
but who cares about reserve grade?
VFL,
it's like a
yeah.
reserve.
It's
It's not
reserves.
even the
No
top
one
level.
cares.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's not the top level.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a sook. Shut up.
Yeah,
Anyway.
We lost that viewer. Anyway,
Oh no.
one guy.
I'll check.
It was my dad.
No, it was Reg.
Oh, it was classic Reg up there in Brisbane. Stats guy.
I got another rate my multi if you want to press.
Nah,
the
after-
button.
when you get to the end of it.
All right,
Yeah,
so we've got
yeah.
a Cricket World Cup one. Then I'm going the next 3 games over the next 3 nights. Gone India head to head against Afghanistan. I was trying to look if there was many lines, but the lines are a bit all over the shop. So I'm just going to take India head to head.
What is the line against Afghanistan?
It's minus 60.5 or minus 6.5 wickets.
Jeez.
And I think that actually could get up, but I'm just going to keep it safe in this multi. So India, they smashed Australia, beat the Afghanis by over 100 runs in the last few
I
meetings.
don't like that there's 9 games of Netherlands, Afghanistan, and
we were talking about
Bangladesh.
this
It's
morning.
just
All
so
the other-
bad.
Until last year, they had groups, and it was a bit
Yeah,
more
it should be
intense.
2 groups of 5, then you go into like 2 groups of 3, and then into semis and a final.
It is a bit weird, but anyway, Australia gets to hang around for a bit longer at least. So Australia,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe.
Yeah. Australia gets to play 9 games and then go home.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Instead of playing 4
Usually we
and
play
going
4,
home.
yeah. So South Africa, I think at $2.10 has to be one of the best
Yeah, that's
bets
wild.
against
They
Australia.
literally just flogged us 3 games in a row.
Yeah,
Like,
they flogged us 3 games in a row. They also put up the record ODI World Cup score of 428 against Sri Lanka, who were pretty solid
didn't
themselves.
Sri Lanka slap 350 last night too?
Yeah,
Like, that was wild.
They're a good team, so I was surprised that South Africa were able to make 428. Aussies they look old and just not.
We're not
suited,
great, let's
we're
be
not suited
honest.
to this format now. So anyway, I'm going to take South Africa there.
Adam Zamp
Breaks
is
my
too
heart.
busy slipping over in pools, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yes.
Apparently.
I swam into a pool wall,
That's apparently what happened.
aka 87 tins.
Yeah, probably.
Someone threw me in there on a dare.
A few kingfishers.
Maybe. So yeah, South Africa there against Australia. Then the last one, New Zealand head to head against Bangladesh. I think this is an absolute lock.
I believe it's pronounced Jim's beloved.
Jim's beloved
New
because he has a
Zealand.
bet on them from a year and a half ago.
'Cause he
New
stuffed
Zealand.
up.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that one to cash. Let's go.
They've actually been probably.
Cut you off, stats guy.
Why?
Because it's Bangladesh. New Zealand are going to
Yeah,
win.
they're gonna win.
He cut me off even though I wasn't talking.
Yeah.
New Zealand, yeah, they're going to beat Bangladesh. Too easy. So 3-leg multi there. You got India head to head, South Africa head to head, New Zealand head to head. $3.30. I know it's not great odds,
I actually love that.
but they're
that's awesome.
I think they're absolute locks.
Just hitting this button. This is what it's going to be.
Got this again. Hopefully, you're going to jinx me. Good job. I haven't done anything yet. I just
Actually,
said
like,
It's a 10. It's a 10.
Oh, it's
I'm
a
going to
10.
give it a 9.5. I do
Yes.
like slightly worried about the Australian.
I'm not worried. We
league,
suck.
but we aren't very good, and we were
Yeah, that's
horrible in the first.
obviously the hardest league. 'cause
The
it's
fact
only
that we
one.
scored 199 and then
Anyway,
Well, it was a test, right? Oh no, it was a one day.
That's what
You have
we
to
look
score.
like.
90 overs.
we were
90.
playing a test in colours for some reason.
Nice one. All right, there you go. So it's a
Yeah,
10
World
from
Series
Alex, 9.5 from me. Good job, stats guy.
I'll take that.
$3.30 for that World Cup multi. And that's it for Cobet Daily for today. We'll be back on deck tomorrow with probably just the EPL show as the daily show.
No.
So
There's no
Oh
EPL
wait,
this
no,
week.
there's no EPL. So it's just going to be a daily show.
Yes.
Boom. We'll have NFL to talk about for Friday morning.
I've got nothing to talk about.
I'm sure you can find something. It's a big world out there, Alex.
Maybe I'll just
Look
sub out.
beyond
Maybe
just
I'll
your
just sub
EPL
out and
and-
do my 90-minute hold all tickets with homie.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
That's all I ask. I mean, your comfort zone might be a bit weird for those out there,
Yeah.
judging by that mustache, but otherwise.
So, see
anyway,
you in Vietnam, everyone.
you're not going to get allowed in Asia. We'll be back on deck tomorrow then. Get right around all of the shows. The Daily Show, of course, the EPL show, NFL Australia. There's a new episode of that one. Gaz sounds horrible because he was in a hotel room in Sydney. That was all good. Lots of swears on that one. I lost my voice towards the end of it. Very good. What else? Hold all my tickets. Hold all tickets.
Hold on, my
Hold all tickets. We've got a massive special this week. So go to YouTube if you want all the Group 1 breakdowns because there is 6 of them across
Jeez.
Caulfield and Randwick
Nice.
this weekend.
Unreal.
Hold all tickets is better than hold all my tickets.
Hold on
Yeah.
my tickets is like my spin-off that I do.
Yeah.
Which would be really
And it's just you just reading out all these NBA
like, I don't
bets.
know
yeah?
this one at
Did you
all.
have like 67 things in your bet slip this time last year?
did.
You did, yeah.
I was
That was
probably
bad.
top it this year.
I've got 2 in there. We're going to start that mates with bets thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Not giving them any credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Check us a follow across all the socials as well. Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, X, and Threads. Like, review, and star all the other shows, of course. And send in any questions via the socials to Social Guy Leo. Look, he's not doing much at the moment, so just tell him to pick up his shorts and, I don't know. He's got one ball hanging out at the moment. It's just a bit worrisome. Anyway, thanks, Stats Guy.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Alex.
Job.
Good job, Leo. You're off-putting over there. And as always, thanks to Geraldo for
Staring
producing.
you right in the eye.
It is just a big meaty chunk. Anyway, that's it. Dunskies. May all your picks come in. What do we say, Stats Guy?
Gamble responsibly and
happy-
wear shorts responsibly.
Please wear shorts responsibly and sit cross-legged most times, please. May all your picks come in. Happy punting. We will catch you tomorrow. Go Bet Daily. Out.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.